Oh man, oh man. You kicked so much derriere at that impromptu trial yesterday. Those rebels were all like, we're executing this punk, mob justice, rah rah rah. But you were all like, this isn't how to do things in France, chicken pluckers. And then they were all like, Sparrowson, let's get serious for a moment. Chicken pluckers. Serious? You just pulled off the craziest lawyering move in the history of French law. We should be celebrating. I don't have time to pull out the champagne. Did you see the anger in the rebels' eyes? Didn't you feel the tension in the air? We're just days away from violence breaking out onto the streets. Oh yeah. I guess another revolution might be around the corner. But what exactly can we do? We already told the police everything we know. Unless you're not thinking of arming yourself to the teeth and fighting the rebel forces yourself, are you? What? No. You watch far too many action operas. I was thinking of preparing a legal case. A case? For whom? At their core, all historical revolutionaries centre on trials. The nation's rulers are tried and held accountable for their crimes. But you saw the horrendous trial that took place last night. Nobody cares about due process when emotions are running high. Regardless of the outcome of the revolution, we need to make sure that everybody has an equal opportunity for justice. That makes sense. So what's the plan? We head to Cornell's Tavern and hand out some business cards? Think bigger. Who will the rebels target? The king. Exactly. To the Palais Royal. Act 4B. Falcon and Sparrowson rush to the Palais Royal to arrange a private audience with the king. After filling in a pile of forms, the two are led to a waiting area. Can't remember what voice I did for the duck. Quack. Are you here to see the king? Quack. Yeah, that sounds right. That's right. Okay, take a number and wait to be called. Take a number. Yep. Just wait your turn. Quack. More fools who've come to see the king? Let me guess. Lawyers. That's right. How did you... Hey, I know you. You're the Prime Minister, Monsieur Guizot. Oh, wow. You're right, Sparrowson. It's an honor to meet you, Prime Minister. Spare the formalities. You two are here to offer the king legal aid, aren't you? Yep. We're going to offer him assistance for the upcoming rebellion. Let me give you a word of advice. Don't bother. Excuse me? King doesn't take kindly to any form of criticism. He buries his head so far in the sand that one could swear he is an ostrich. One would think that 7 assassination attempts would be enough for a man to learn that he is detested. With all due respect, Prime Minister, I think the King of France is mature enough to not let his ego get in the way of his senses. So one would think. 24. That's us. It was a pleasure meeting you, Monsieur. Good luck. You'll need it. "24. Calling number 24. Good day, Your Majesty. Oh, good day, messieurs. Can I help you with something? I probably should have prepared a speech beforehand. It's fun up. Just wing it. Right. Let's see. How to start. O great and pious ruler, honourable King, Penguin King, protector of the realm, I humbly request your attention. Well, it's about time someone addressed me with that respect. You have my attention. A great evil has besieged your kingdom. As we speak, revolting revolutionaries are plotting to remove you from power. Oh goodness. Whatever shall I do? As lawyers, we believe that we can help guide the flow of conflict. If you accept our help, we can ensure that this whole event will blow over with minimum casualties. No public executions, no fires and explosions. A revolution without revolution. I think I understand. You do? I understand that you are a pair of con-artists attempting to screw a self-made bourgeois out of his hard-earned cash. There's some nerve to imply that my people hate me. I am the citizen king. I am beloved by all. But beloved kings tend to experience fewer assassination attempts. Beck, have these two crooks thrown in jail. Maybe that will teach them a thing or two about respect. Right away, your majesty. You can't be serious. You cannot be serious. Falcon, he was... No, oh, he was serious. Well, this is another fun mess you've gotten me into. No need for the attitudes, Barrison. We won't be here for long. Once we receive a court hearing, the judges will no doubt dismiss our charges instantly. And how long will it take for us to get a court hearing? Tell me that, once you're smarty pants. A week or so, I'm guessing. I can see why that might be. I can see why that might be a problem. The revolution could be in full swing by then. What to do? What to do? Wait, we could try escaping. It'd be ridiculous. Nobody's ever escaped from the conciergerie before. But nobody's ever locked the genius Sparrowson and his witty lackey Falcon in the same jail cell before. It is probably the best place to wait out a revolution, though, right? Unless it's fire. An absurd suggestion. Got any better ideas? That's a good point. Okay, let's break out of prison. Fantastic. Select it. Okay. Fireplace. It's been bricked up, so escaping up the chimney isn't an option. There's a bit of scrap metal in this hole. I think it broke off an iron shackle. We could dig through the stone walls with this. See, it's all scratchy. That may actually work. If we had a decade or two. So that's a maybe on the stone digging scheme. I'll keep it in mind in case the king decides to go all Count of Monte Cristo on us. There's a little dent here. One of us could hide. What would that accomplish? Well, guard would eventually come and be like, where's the other prisoner? And then we use momentary confusion to push him over and escape. Do you really think an experienced guard would be confused by a prisoner hiding in a little hole in the wall? We could do better. A ledge. Give me a leg up. I can grab on and shimmy my way over somewhere. Let's be honest, Barrison. Neither of us have the physical prowess to shimmy anywhere. Look, Falcon, a loose brick. We could wait for a guard to transfer us to someplace, sneak up behind him, and then we get a death sentence for murder. I think not. Let's search a little harder. I guess that's it. I give up. So soon? Yes. Going to escape from a notoriously inescapable prison wasn't the smartest plan we ever devised. Well, well, well. That voice. That condescending tone. Just what are you two barbarians doing? Severin, are you alright? Yes, I'm fine. The injuries I sustained were mostly superficial. The doctor advised me not to do anything strenuous anytime soon, but he gave me the all-clear for returning to my job. So tell me, why did I get a memo informing me that the JJ, Falcon and Sparrowson were being held in the conciergerie for a treason? It's all Falcon's fault. Naturally. Figured that if a revolution was inevitable, then we should do our best to ensure that the uprising proceeds in an organized manner. The less bloodshed, the better. Okay, so what did you do? With the king our assistance, we said that we would defend him in court if and when such a need arises. Well, we didn't quite use those words. This isn't the first time the king's had someone in prison for something so pointless. What a pig-headed fool. Consider your charges dropped. Alright. Oh, alright, let's get out of here. Hold on, you've caught my interest with this idea of yours. A bloodless revolution. You're absolutely right in that. If the king is captured, the citizens will delve into an unruly mob of animals. We should prepare a formal trial. No, we should preempt it. We? You're going to help us? Of course. This isn't a task that can be handled by two birds alone. What do you mean, preempt, Severin? We go on the offensive. We charge the king with crimes against the French people before the rebels can even act. We can do that. We can certainly try. I'll start building a case against the king. My argument will be focused on the king's gluttonous and irreverent fiscal policies, his lack of commitment to his socio-political promises, his overall ineptitude and irresponsibility of all facets of his duties as a monarchical ruler, and obviously his denial of universal suffrage. Obviously. How am I supposed to defend the king from all of that? You can't. If you try to argue with logic and facts, that hypothetical trial will inevitably result in a landslide and guilty verdict. So I suggest that you take a different approach and appeal to the king's character. Try to win people's hearts with tales of the beloved king. He hasn't been called citizen king for like 10 years. It was just a suggestion. But consider this. You don't need to win the case. You just need to make a strong argument that the trial is fair. All that remains is ensuring that the king can be peacefully brought to the courthouse when the protest starts to turn violent. That's the job for the police and the Royal Guard. I'll inform Inspector Velotti of our plan so that he can prepare accordingly. At least I would if I could find him. Inspector Velotti is missing. Apparently. You check informal leave of absence. It's Wednesday. Hold on, Falcon. One thing eludes me. She probably figured Inspector Velotti had me perform an investigation in your past. He thought you were the Viridian killer. Crazy as it sounds. And well, I'm sorry for doing that. It was quite invasive of me, but I can't help wonder. Why did you change your name around 1830? Because I was ashamed, I suppose. I had a family name to live up to. My grandfather was something of a little... So I turned up to class at law school, people would gawp at me, hey? So when I turned up to class at law school, people would gawp at me. They would say, wow, you have big shoes to fill, and your grandfather would be proud. But I was a terrible law student, mediocre at best. I knew that deep down I would never be half the man my grandfather was. Fascinating. I had no idea. Who was your grandfather, if you don't mind me asking, Falcon? Here we go. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, he was just another overly opinionated rebel who died in the old revolution. I see. Well, let's not dilly-dally any longer. We have duties to carry out. Man, I thought we could find... Right. We're going to find anecdotes, and we're going to defend the king whether he likes it or not. Okay. Right, so we've got 6 days of the trial, and we have 6 places that I'm go to the first one. Time for shopping, Falcon. Maybe later. For now we need to find people who have spoken to the king. He's been known to pass through Les halls on occasion, so if we're lucky... Hey, messieurs, it's us, remember? We remember. Are you keeping well, madame? Absolutely. Never been better. So what can I sell you today? Information. We're looking for positive stories about the king. I don't suppose that you have any. The king? No. I've got nothing to say about the king. The king's a smelly egg thief. Ooh, that's not nice. Quiet, child. You know what they say about the king having spies everywhere? So spies? Calm down, Sparrowson. Rumors the king having an elaborate spy network are patently untrue. And how do you explain the shut-down banquets, huh? The government's clamping down on anyone who dissents, you know? Let's get this conversation back on track. Joey, could you tell us why the king's a smelly egg thief? My name's not Joey. Whoa, I should remember the name. It's Barrison. That's not good. Name's Gambade. It's nothing you need to concern yourself with, messieurs. Please, go on, madame. Don't worry, we aren't spies. At least I don't think we are. I know, I trust you guys. See, a couple of years ago, we were running a shop, an antiques and odds and ends shop. And we had an egg. It was this golden egg. Super precious. We must have bought that thing for 200 francs. It was easily worth 10 times that. We were pining on making a nice tidy sum from it. I see. An investment egg. Okay. So what happened? Well, one day we were visited by the king, no less. And old King Lou Phil shows an interest in our egg. So we were thinking this would be our chance to make bank, right? But then the geezer goes and waddles off with it. Without paying you. Oh yeah, he paid us all right. What's this? Coin of one of the King's Guard flipped our way. Isn't even French. I think this is British. One of those crazy imperial unit coins from crazy imperial country. I have no idea what British French exchange rate is, but can we buy this off you, madame? Put your wallet away, keep it. It's worthless to me. Oh. Losing that egg bankrupted us. Put us on the streets. Now we've bounced back, so time gambade better than ever. It's excellent to hear. Anyway, we must take our leave. Been a huge help, madame. We're going to kick that king's butt and get your egg back. Hold on, we're supposed to be the defense. Oh, wait, we need to get better evidence. Alright, so we can go anywhere, I guess. Let's just go to the next one. Monsieur Kingsley, we need your help. Finally, it's about time someone around here appreciated my skills. Your fishing skills, right? The term is angling, wise guy. It has nothing to do with fishing. Let me cut the preamble. We're looking for people who have positive stories about the king. Would you happen to have any? Stories, huh? You came to the right guy. I have a whale of a story for you. So the other day I was fishing. I caught a monster of a catfish. It was 2 meters long, easily. Now here we go. I caught a fish and it was this big. Sure, I drag a 90-kilogram falcon out of water and everyone buys it. But I claim to catch one big fish and suddenly everyone's a skeptic. 90-kilogram falcon. Please continue your story, Monsieur Kingsley. Alright, so anyway, the king of all people happens to be walking by with his entourage. And they all clapped and cheered and came over to see the fish. And then the king says, I'm hungry. Let's cook this fellow up. And then he just walks off with my fish. Can you believe that? Yep. I can believe that. Seems like something a royal penguin would do. An emperor penguin, indeed. Did you at least get paid for your fish? Oh, yeah. And the royal guard starts to flip me 1 franc my way. 1 franc. May as well just flip me the bird. No offense. So the king supports the local fishing industry. I'm writing this down. The king supports local fish. No idea if this will be any use to us, but we appreciate your time, monsieur. Good day to you. Bye, monsieur fisherman. Hey, don't call me a fisherman. Oh, we got to go to the library. See the donkey. Okay, here we go. Nathan never lets us down for useful information. I'm sure he's got something interesting and pleasant to say about the king. Oh, it's you, messieurs. Perhaps you'll surprise me today and actually take out a book. Nope, just usual day. Endless stream of questions. You two need an encyclopedia. Now go on. Ask whatever drivel you want to ask. Have you ever met King Louis Philippe? I have. As a matter of fact, he occasionally drops by this library to check out books. Unlike some people. What sort of books does he check out, monsieur? Thick books. I believe the last one he checked out was an expansive history of the Macedonian Empire. I had no idea His Majesty was interested in academic history. I'll make a note. King Louis Philippe is a well-read and intelligent man. It must be said that books are usually returned with footprints on the covers. This leads me to believe the king just uses them to stand on during speeches. Oh. We'll just leave that part out. Was there anything else? Is the king a good leader? From your well-educated standpoint, is King Louis Philippe a good leader as far as leaders go? Well, I can't fault the king's pro-business spirit, but the industry leaders love him. This sounds promising. Of course, this comes at the expense of everyone who isn't a bourgeois. The wealth divide is even stronger than ever. Maybe not. You could forget about socially progressive policies. The king signs off on all of Guizot's backward-thinking policies. And of course, in terms of leadership and charisma, the king is about as personable as a rotten pear. That'll do, monsieur. A simple no would have sufficed. That'll be all. Thank you for your time and patience, monsieur. I look forward to your next round of idiotic questions. Yeah. I really do. Okay. Oh, we know what's going to happen today, so we may as well just go to the Palais de Justice. Oh wait, no, that's not the way we went. We went to the Royal Palais. It doesn't matter. We probably get interrupted. Excuse me, Judge Maxime. Hello, Falcon. Nice to work on that catacombs business. Word has really spread about your impromptu lawyering skills. Really? I'm gaining a reputation. Hey, I helped too. Of course you did. Robinson? Sparrowson. Right, Sparrington. Judge Maxime, I don't suppose Monsieur Cocorico has filled you in on what I've been working on since then. No, he hasn't. How to put this? We're planning a trial of sorts. We're intending on forming a case against, the king. Right, and, we want you to adjudicate. A trial against the king. Interesting. What are his exact charges? I'm not sure, to be perfectly honest. That seems more like Severin's territory. If you aren't even sure of that, then I don't think you're quite prepared for this trial. Maybe you should leave this to the lawyers who have a little more experience. I see. Well, thank you anyway. Let's make a move, Sparrowson. What about our judge? It doesn't matter. Let's focus on building a solid defense case for the king, and we can wing it from there. Maybe we can even hold the trial without any judges at all. Just Cocorico and me and the king in the middle. It's strange, Falcon. You're like your grandfather, and yet you're nothing like him. Wait, you knew my grandfather? Well, I wouldn't say knew. I was just a teenager when he was causing havoc in the courtrooms. But of course I am familiar with his work. How can I find your career choice peculiar? Your grandfather worked so hard to prosecute King Louis XVI, yet here you are rigorously working to defend your own king. Just like him, you would make an excellent prosecutor. Why did you choose the rocky path of a private defender? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I just want to take myself out of my grandfather's shadow. To carve my own path as a lawyer. I don't want to be a poor imitation of an old hero. Quite understandable. Oh, just look at the time I'm due back in the courtroom. Before I go, let me just say I'd be happy to adjudicate your trial, Falcon. Really? That's fantastic. Thank you, Your Honor. It's no trouble. Show me what the grandson of Maximilien Robespierre is capable of. Is this a real person in real life? Like a history dude? J.J. Robespierre? Is that a type of bird? He caused a lot of deaths in the July Revolution. Okay, there you go. Just the dodo I wanted to see. Madam Quinnell, quick question. Have you ever served the King of France? Good one, hon. That's hilarious. Me serving the king. Me. Dr. Wine, Your Majesty. Tee. Can't wait to serve the King of Denmark. Hey, Midgar. Happy to help. I think that was a no. I think you might be right. Maybe someone in the drinking room. Inspector Velerti. Hello, Inspector. Falcon. J. Falcon. Yes. I think I made a mistake. Oh, he's drunk. Mistake. I'll say. Do I see 20 bottles of Russian vodka? It's a mystery how you're still standing. No. Listen, this is important. Inspector, maybe we should have this conversation when you're a little more sober. No, Falcon, listen. Falcon? No, I thought Falcon, you were the one cure. The what? The Viridian killer. The man who injured me in the July Revolution. You thought I was the Viridian killer? How do you even come to that conclusion? I saw that you changed your name around 1830, and you made an assumption. And is that why you gave Severin a tip-off? Were you trying to lure the animal out of me or something? I'm sorry, Falcon. It was a mistake. Do you forgive me? No. Falcon, please! Jeez, Falcon, put the old bird out of his misery. He nearly got you, me, and Severin killed. Yeah, but look how sorry he is. At least humour the guy. Fine, fine. All is forgiven, Inspector. I forgive you for assuming that I'm a mass murderer, and then for nearly killing me and Severin in order to prove it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Falcon. Now listen close, Inspector. I have a favour to ask of you. A favour for you, JJ. Anything. Maybe we should wait till he's a little bit more coherent. No, I want to help. I must pay my debt. Excellent. So Severin and I are planning a case, a very big case, against the King of France. We intend on trying him before the rebels can get their hands on him. When the rebellion starts, we would like you to bring the king to the courthouse. Do you think you could do that? But didn't the rebels already kick off like 3 days ago? I'm pretty sure it was Valentine's Day the revolution started. Inspector? Treason! You are sympathizers to the rebel cause. This isn't treason, Inspector. We're ensuring the safest outcome to inevitable revolution. You are treason! You are treason! You are scum. Told you. Incoherent. Yeah, I guess you're right, Sparrowson. Inspector, maybe you should contact us if you change your mind. And once you've sobered up. I don't want to go to the card room. Play cards. We ready to hit the road? Yep, let's go. Let's make a move.